exited a few companies, but I was very creative on knowing how to see things and get people to the table and paint a vision. But I think my superpower is culture. You know, defining a culture and getting people to understand that we got to march all together. Not all leaders have that. Would you agree? I mean, not a lot of
Yeah, I
leaders
agree. Yeah.
can do that. And I think my intellectual disability, it was probably in my late 30s. I finally realized it was a superpower, not a disability.
Hmm.
Because society tells me it's a disability, right?
Yeah.
But in back in the day when you had one arm, you either adapt or you die, right? When
Yeah.
you when we were out hunting beasts with spears and as caveman, if you believe in that evolution, um, it's the same thing here that I've learned. Either I adapted or I die. So, but here's the thing, and and then I'll throw it back at you. I want people to understand too. For me, with AI and having Chat GP, it was like the wheelchair being taken off because now I can talk, I can use my framework, I can voice my voice and be in written language. Now it was like I was. I think I cried for a minute. Like I was like, "Holy smokes! I can now share myself." Because I've always spoke. I've always been a public speaker. Because I really did well in that. I remember a backstory. I was sitting in front of one of my professors, Trent. He was my speaking professor. I took a public speaking class. I told him, "Hey, I want to be a professional speaker, and I have a learning disability. I struggle at this." He goes, "Oh, you're probably not going to make it then." And and at the end of that course, in the end of this semester, I ended up being the featured public speaker at the end of that course. And then I've been paid several times very high amounts of money to speak over the years. I've probably done over 1,000 speaking events, both training and in person.